I spent my entire 20s chasing a version of happiness the world told me I was supposed to have. You know the script. Do the right things, look put together, collect the right achievements. And by 29, I thought I had the perfect life. I was heading into my 30s I was checking every box in what told me I was supposed to be doing well. But I wasn't. Now, here's the thing. I didn't realize until decades later I had completely ignored a formula for contentment. And that misunderstanding shaped most of my adult life. Hi, I'm Ann Johnson. Y'all ready to chat? I'm in my 60s now, and after surviving menopause, raising a teenager, and navigating a job loss in my 50s, I've learned a few lessons over the years and a couple of hard knocks. I'd like to teach you about some of them so that you won't have to take the same detours I had to take through life. One of my biggest mistakes I'd like to help you not make is thinking that happiness is an outcome. It's a destination, a prize I would earn when everything else was perfect. Spoiler, it doesn't work that way. The light bulb moment that came to me almost too late, although in life, really, nothing's ever too late, really, right? Was when I realized that happiness isn't a destination, it's a foundation. It's the ground everything grows from. Think about it a minute. If you were going to build a skyscraper, would you build it on sand? I mean, it's going to stand for maybe 6 months, but it's going to crack and crumble. If you don't have happiness as your foundation, you're going to crumble. So today, I'm sharing a simple formula I learned midlife that I wish I'd known sooner. It has 3 parts: mindset, practical foundation, and a daily practice. There's a mindset shift that took place for me that redefined success. And this part took the longest for me. Success does not look the same at 50 or 60 as it did at 25. It just doesn't look the same. In my younger years, I cared about how people thought about me. I chased titles, perfection, and appearance. Anyone else do that? But then I eventually realized nobody cared. Everybody's worrying about their own thing. They're not worrying about me. And you know what? They're not worrying about you either. All those years of trying to do the right thing and look the right way and be the right person for other people was for nothing. And when you realize that, at least when I realized that, it was like pure freedom. I wasn't chained to somebody else's ideals. I could be chained to my own ideals. I got to write the ideals. This led to a deeper truth, and that is I was the one responsible for my happiness. Nobody else, not my partner, not my children, not my friends, not my parents. I was responsible for my happiness, and that was freeing. I didn't have to depend on anybody. It all came from me. Midlife has a way of forcing you into this type of clarity. When things fall apart, change direction. Don't go where you thought you were going to go. Come up with a new plan. And by doing all this, you realize how important it is to build your own values, not values based on other people's expectations. So ask yourself at this stage in life, what actually matters to me? What does success look like now? Not 30 years ago. I rewrote the definition of success for me, and you can too. Once that mindset changes, the real world changes as well. I realized there was a practical foundation needed, and that foundation for me had 4 pillars. With these 4 pillars, I learned to build my world somewhat imperfectly at times, but with intention. First pillar is that career isn't a ladder, it's a landscape. When you're in your 20s, you think in terms of climbing the ladder. Oh, I'm going to climb the ladder. I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to be the boss someday. Every step has to be up. I think of the times I tried to impress people above me, trying to get to them, and you know what? They don't even know who I am now. But back then, they were the most important thing in the world, and they were my way to get up into upper management. By the time you hit your 40s and 50s, you realize It's not a ladder, it's a landscape. You have jumps and starts and pauses and pivots. You're going sideways, sometimes up a little bit, and then you're going down, and then you're sideways again. It's a landscape. Losing my job in my 50s taught me that. The skills I had built during the course of my career, like resilience, curiosity, adaptability, were still with me. And I could take them with me to the next stage of my life. They were far more valuable than any title I ever held. The second pillar to the foundation is that connections are everything. There's a famous Harvard study that says that not status, not money, but connections are the key to long-term happiness. And let me tell you, the older I get, the more I realize how true that study is. In my younger years, I collected contacts. I didn't nurture friendships or relationships of any kind. Now I prioritize people who feel like home. It's not about quantity anymore. It's about the people who show up, the ones who bring joy, not drama. In midlife, you learn that you want to water the relationships that water you back. That brings happiness. The third pillar to the foundation is your well-being is the engine. I mean, let's face it, a younger body will push through. A 50-year-old body is going to fight back. I used to treat rest like a reward. Now it's maintenance. I used to treat stress like a badge of honor. Now I see it as a warning flag. Your health, both mental and physical, not optional. It powers every single thing you do. And the older we get, the more obvious and urgent that becomes. Sleep, movement, therapy, boundaries. These aren't luxuries. They're the engine. And the fourth pillar to the foundation is that money is a tool, not a report card. In my 20s, I tied my worth to my income. In my 50s, I tied my income to my freedom. Money is there to support what you want in life, not to impress anyone. Spend it on what has meaning or save it so you have choices. Use it with intention, not pressure. At this age, you realize that memories mean more than possessions, and peace means more than proving anything. But once you have your four pillars and your foundation built, here's the part that keeps everything working together: a daily practice of presence and patience. Happiness is built in the tiny, ordinary moments, not big, colossal events. It's not the milestones. It's getting up in the morning before anyone else is up and having that first sip of coffee. It's taking a walk with a close friend or chatting on the phone with someone you haven't talked to in a long time. It's choosing calm over chaos and in letting life be imperfect but still good. One phrase has carried me through the highs and lows of midlife, and that is, "This too shall pass." And people use that phrase when things are going bad. You ever notice that? This too shall pass. This bad moment will pass. But I use it when things are going well, too. This too shall pass. Because when you're enjoying a wonderful moment, enjoy it. Be present in it. Understand it. Realize it. Because it too will pass. And that moment will need to carry you through a time when it's not such a great time. This too shall pass. Live in the present and have patience with yourself. We're still becoming. We're still learning. We're still growing. Every day, month, year brings something new, and we learn as we go. So that's the form I ignored when I was young. If I could grab that 20-year-old, I'd say stop performing and build from the inside out. But I can't go back. None of us can. All I can do is make sure that I'm being true to myself and living in the present today. So which pillar will you be working on? Let me know in the comments below. If you can, subscribe, and thanks for the chat.